Rome wasn't built in a day. James, have you checked the roaming charges? Do you want to go out tonight? Sorry, I can't. I'm roaming around. James, what is that on your neck? Oh, you're talking about this? These are my tattoos, including this, the Roman numerals. Home sweet Rome. I love you, James. Oh, how romantic. Hey, make sure you leave some Rome in your suitcase for souvenirs. Oh God. At least I'm laughing. I think this is the kind of shopping district, Antico Cafe Greco. Here I am at the Spanish Steps. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So, here we are with the brand new Insta360 GO 3S. Now you're gonna have to forgive me if throughout this I keep getting it mixed up with the 3GS. You know the original iPhone, it was called the 3GS? I keep saying, oh my God, no, there's a pigeon, sorry. I keep saying 3GS, it's the GO 3S. I guess it could be called the 3GS because it's GO S. You know what, anyway, forget all of that. Look at this. Look at this. Right now I am standing in front of one of the most famous buildings in the whole entire world, the Colosseum here in Rome. And if I was to tell you that this building is nearly 2,000 years old, I wouldn't be lying. And if I was to tell you that the Insta360 GO 3S is a pretty nice little camera, I also wouldn't be lying. I am actually really impressed with the upgrade from the GO 3 to the 3, no, see, I've done it already, to the GO 3S, to the point where I'm shocked that it's not called the GO 4. Now, obviously everything isn't perfect and I'm gonna cover some bits that I'm not too happy with, obviously, later on in the video, but you know how we do over here. I don't like to bore you with too much of the numbers and all of that. I just like to get my hands on these cameras and get out here and put them to the test. Now, we will go through some facts and figures, don't get me wrong, but you know what? We're gonna put all of that to one side for a minute because the time has come to make our way inside this nearly 2,000-year-old building, the Colosseum. I'm so excited. I've never ever been here or in it before. I've seen the pictures, I've seen the videos, and I'm just a little bit like, whoa, 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 whoa. So let's go and put this camera to the test inside. And of course, everything you're seeing and hearing is coming direct from the GO 3S. It just looks even more spectacular the closer you get, but what doesn't look spectacular is this long queue that you have to join to get in. I mean, I didn't expect it to be a walk-in, but this is quite something. Look, it goes all the way over here, but we're gonna join it. We are gonna join it. Right, I'm in. The queue actually looked worse than it was. It took me just under 10 minutes to get in, but I'm in. And if you're wondering what this green sticker is on my t-shirt, it's because I've booked the full experience, so you have to put this on, I guess, to get access. But the sticker's not sticking to my shirt properly, so I'm hoping it doesn't fall off. But anyway, forget about that. Look at this. We are in. Look at these arches. Well, we're not in. We're at the bottom yet. Wait till we get to the. Just wait till we get into it. You know what I mean? Just this is still in the out bit. Right. It's a slight update. I wanted to enter the Colosseum by the top and look down first. and then go on the arena bit, but you can't do that. You have to enter through the arena if you've got a full ticket experience like I have, and then you go up. Yeah, you wait there. Then you make your way up. But you know what? No complaints. I'm in the Colosseum, so here goes. It's time to enter the arena floor of the Colosseum. Wow, this is special. Like, usually I'm not too bothered about the buildings and all of that, but mate, right now I'm standing on the arena floor of the Colosseum and just thinking about the scenes, the absolute scenes that would have taken place here all those years ago. Absolutely spectacular. Like, let's just take a moment to look at this underground bit over here. Like, all of this whole area. I think it's called the underground bit. Like, it must be. Maybe there's a special name, but I don't know. But this underground bit, yeah, just think about it. Just think about what would have happened here, like, literally all those years ago. And we're standing here now. This side of the wall over here is higher than that side of the wall, and that is because there was 2 big earthquakes which meant that this side did not survive. Little fact for you. Right, so I think the time has come for me to make my way up to the top, and now look down on it. Let's go. Right, so back through this bit. I understand now why I couldn't go to the top first, because, well, actually, no, I don't understand. I could have. Apparently it's oh no, I can't. It's a one-way system, so you can't come down here, and this is the entrance. Okay, anyway, yeah, up we go. Like alleyway, I don't know what it's called, this little side bit, and it's quite windy, which is great because it's so hot, so it's cooling me down. But right now, and so far throughout this whole video, the audio mode has been stereo. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch it over to wind reduction and see if it does anything for the wind. So this is how it's sounding in stereo, and you can probably hear it, no doubt now. And I'm now going to switch it in 3, 2, 1. Bingo. So this is now in wind reduction, and it is still pretty windy, still in exactly the same place down this side bit. So the question is, can you still hear the wind? Can you, more importantly, hear me? I hope you can, because if you've watched my other videos, you know it wouldn't be a on-location video if I didn't give you a few facts. So here's 8 facts about the Colosseum here in Rome in less than a minute. It is nearly 2,000 years old. It took between 60,000 and 100,000 people to construct it. It could hold up to 80,000 people. It took 8 years to build. When it was operating, there were 80 different entrances. 400,000 people died inside, and over 1 million wild animals died. It is the biggest amphitheater in the world. 2 earthquakes damaged this side of the structure, which is why it's lower than that side. As you can see, I've stopped for a little refreshment. Aperol Spitz. Is it Spitz or Spritz? Anyway, I'm in 2 minds about these drinks. Sometimes I like them, sometimes I'm like, I'm never having that again. Today I must like them because this is my second one. But you know, when in Rome, right, watch this. See this fountain? Now you might be thinking to yourself, James, what the fuck are you doing? Let me tell you, those fountains are drinking water fountains. Drinking water fountains? Water drinking fountains. I don't know which way around it is. Anyway, they're meant to be drunk out of. And yeah, you literally just go up to them, put your hand underneath the flow of water, get sprayed in the mouth from the little hole that's on the little tube bit, and you just drink. I guess that's what they used to do like back in the old days, and they've either left them here or recreated them to make you feel like you're part of the old days. I don't know, but the point is they're drinking water fountains. So the saying "when in Rome" has never literally been exactly in the moment, as in now, as in those fountains, as in when in Rome. If you see those fountains, mate, have a little sip. Now you can put your bottle underneath and just fill your bottle up the boring way and just drink your bottle, or you could do what I did and just block it and get sprayed with the water. I mean, people were using them to clean their feet, to clean their hands, basically have a fucking shower. So at this point, yeah, I mean, it's clean water, that's the point. So yeah, they're pretty much on every street, every side street that you see. So yeah, have some fun. Right, so I've taken a little seat now. The Colosseum is right in front of me, which is a pretty cool view. And earlier, obviously, I gave you facts about the Colosseum when we were in the Colosseum. Now I'm going to give you some facts about the new Go 3S. And by the way, I have switched the audio setting mode over to direction focus. So we've tested out the other 2. We've now got 1 left, which is direction focus, which basically prioritizes and enhances the sound from the front of the camera. So basically in a situation like this. So let's get to the facts of the Go 3S. Right, first up, let's talk battery, and this is one of the more disappointing facts with the 3S. So the battery is actually worse than it is on the Go 3. So you get a better battery life on the Go 3 than you do the 3S. Here are the numbers. So the 3S standalone gives you 38 minutes versus the Go 3 45 minutes standalone. Inside the action pod you get 140 minutes with the 3S and 170 minutes on the Go 3. So it is a decrease. I get it, because obviously now we're shooting in 4K and all that stuff that's been added, but surely the battery should have been upgraded as well. But actually it hasn't. It's exactly the same, meaning that because there's more now processing stuff happening in the background, you're actually getting less battery time than you did in the previous model of the Go 3. So not only can you obviously now shoot in 4K, which is the massive upgrade, the bitrate has been upgraded as well from 80 to 120. So the 3S is slightly heavier at 39.1 grams versus 35.5 grams with the Go 3, but the Action Pod remains exactly the same in weight. You can't currently shoot in 60 frames per second. The max frame rate is 50, but you can only shoot in 50 in 1080p or 2.7K. The max frame rate in 4K is 30. Forgot, there's so many bugs. You can now shoot slow motion in 2.7K up to 100 or 1080p 120 or 200. Shooting vertically has now been made easier. You literally just turn the Go 3S, well, vertical, like long ways like that, and it just starts shooting vertical like that and displays on the screen as well. And then when it's laying down, obviously it's shooting horizontal. The magnetic pendant has been updated as well, so when you have it attached to yourself, let's say it's like horizontal, it's easier to just twist it round to a vertical position. The waterproof rating has been doubled. On the Go 3 it was 5 meters, on the Go 3S it is 10 meters. I wish there was a swimming pool around here and we could put it to the test underwater, because it is so hot and I would love nothing more right now than to jump in a pool, but I can't. But if I could, then at least I know I can go down as far as 10 meters. Wait, can you go 10 meters without having the special equipment on? I don't know. Anyway, if you have got the special equipment, then now you can. But remember, that is just the actual Go 3S camera, not the Action Pod. The Action Pod still cannot be submerged underwater. Yep, I know it's not good, but it still cannot go underwater. So it's only the actual camera that can go underwater. And just like on the X4, they did a bunch of software updates. A lot of those software updates have come over to the 3S. A couple haven't, but then like 1 or 2 have been added that aren't on the X4. So for example, you can hold down the record button to cancel out recording. You've got the new mega field of view. You've got gesture and voice control. You can see the percentage of each of the devices, so the camera and the Action Pod, by like pressing at the top of the screen. You've got a new feature which isn't on the X4 actually, which is the Apple Find My, which actually is a fantastic idea because it's so small, and if you lose it, well, you've got a better chance of finding it now. So yeah, a bunch of software updates have been added. And talking of Apple Find My, well, let's just say a pigeon has just landed into my lap, grabbed the 3S out of my hand and flown away with it somewhere here. So I'm in this like park area. Now luckily I've got the Pocket 3 with me, which is what I'm recording on now. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the Apple Find My to the test and see if we can locate where this bloody pigeon has dropped my Go 3S. Right, so this is what the app looks like currently. You can see James's Go 3S 5 minutes ago, and you can see we're there, the blue dot, and the camera dot is just over there, which is the Go 3S. So let's turn around a bit. It looks like it's in this direction. So let me continue following it on the map and let's see how accurate this actually is. Now you can start playing a noise as well from this app to the camera. So when we get closer, we'll press like the alarm button and it should start beeping, so it should make it easier for us to hear. But if we follow the dot, I know it's getting sunny and you can't see it that well, but I can see it still, which is the main thing, because we got to get it back. These bloody pigeons, it literally just jumped in my lap, picked it up and flew off. It looks like it's dropped it obviously down, luckily, and it hasn't flown on the other side. Oh, we're getting closer on it. Right, we're basically on the dot now, so it basically could be anywhere in these bushes, I'm assuming. So let's play the sound. So what we're going to do is we're going to go onto the app and go here and then press play sound. Oh, Oh, I can hear something beeping up here. Oh, 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 look. Look what it is. Can you hear it? Right, at least we found it. Right, okay, got it back. Oh my gosh, make sure it's not broken. The pigeon must have literally dived underneath. Oh, I better not leave my phone. already had one thing. Right, that's so mad that the pigeon literally just put it there. I thought the pigeon would just drop it randomly on a field, but thanks pigeon for hiding it, because there's quite a lot of people walking down here, so someone probably could have picked it up. But anyway, that is Apple Find My. So if you find yourself in a situation where a pigeon flies in your lap, picks up the camera, flies off of it, at least you'll be able to find it now. It's going to be another hot one. Are you ready for another little adventure? Hello, James, yeah? English.
You go this way.
To the Monty. No, not that. That's the pickup thing. To the station. Monty Tibertini station.
Another address.
This one here.
Ah, yes, Monte di Burtini subway
Yeah,
station.
yeah.
Okay.
Shall we do it? Shall we do it? I'm not good on the scooters, even in London. Shall we do it? Shall we do it? You know what? Let's do it. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely fun. I think I'm getting better at the electric scooter driving, but it did completely mess my hair up. Don't worry, I'm not going to spend the whole video complaining about my hair again. I did enough of that in my previous video, but I did enough of that in my previous video. Also, sorry, I've just realised I've chosen the most stupidest shot by a rubbish bin van. Anyway, the electric scooter has made us arrive, I can't even get my words out today, arrive faster to our destination. And that destination is the Pantheon. Look at this. Look at this. Every time I see a new site, I am just mind blown, and this is absolutely no different. It feels like I'm in the movies. You know, you see these things in the movies, and then when you see them in real life, like, this is real life. And actually, this is not the original. There was 2 versions before this. They got burnt down, so this is the 3rd version. But it is the oh, you know what? I need to check the fact sheet. One sec. It is the best preserved ancient Roman building in Rome, and the dome remains the single largest dome building in the unreinforced dome building in the world. Guys, I'm learning as much as you are. Like, I'm literally just learning these facts as I go along. There is only one place in the world where you can stand literally in one place and then move a few feet in front of you and you're in another country, and that is here in Vatican City. Right, so we're going to cross over the gate bit, which according to the maps now means we are basically classed as another country. I mean, it's all a little bit complicated, but that is what it says. That is what it says now that I'm through those gates. But you know what, forget about all of that. Look at this. This is another one of those moments. This is a moment. Now, if you thought that you needed your passport to get in here, then you don't. I brought my passport with me because I thought, well, we're going in another country, maybe I need it, you know, just in case. So yeah, long story short, you don't need your passport. As you saw, you just walk through the gate. But look at this, like, I am just standing here and like all around me there's like 360 like things going on, right? You got like all the thingies, like the architecture thingies, it's that, I don't think that's what it's called, all the way around. Everywhere you look, it's just like whoa, 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 whoa. It's just, and then you get the sound of the bell going off every so however minute it goes off. This is special. This is a moment, and it's like, I don't know what this building in front of me is called. I still need to find that out, but I recognise it. So yeah, like I've seen it on the TV and stuff like that. Just need to figure out what it is. But this is a moment. That was a moment. The whole thing was a moment. If you haven't been to Rome, roam yourself over to Rome. I'll stop. But yeah, roam yourself over to Rome, because the whole thing is a moment. But the moment has now come for the debrief. The debrief. Right. Audio and visuals, the two most important things. Can I see a difference? Yes. So it's a big green tick from me, straight up. So obviously we're now shooting in 4K, the bitrate is higher, but one thing I would say with the bitrate is it says the max is 120 versus I think it's 80 on the Go 3. I've gone through pretty much every single clip that I shot in Rome with the Go 3S, and the highest bitrate I got was 89, so it didn't even pass 100. But you know what? I don't go too much on the numbers, I'll be honest with you. I go on what I can see and what I can hear. And if I can see and hear a difference, it's a big green tick from me. And can I see and hear a difference? Yes, I can. Now, I don't own the Go 3 anymore. I did tons of videos on it last year, but so I don't have it anymore. But I've still got clips on my computer that I was able to watch to refresh my memory and have a look and remind myself of how that looked versus this. And yeah, you can see a difference. The colors, like the quality, everything is upgraded. Now, with the audio, one thing I was a little bit upset about, shall we say, is the new audio mode on the X4, which is the auto wind reduction, which I actually shot the whole of my X4 review video in because I loved it so much. It's not on here. It didn't come over here. I thought it was going to be on here, to the point where I scrolled through the menu and I was like, have I missed it? And it was just not there. So I usually don't like shooting in wind reduction modes because I think it makes you sound like you're too underwater, but that one sounded so good, I shot the whole video in it pretty much. Obviously, as you saw, I did the wind reduction test when I was doing the facts and all that. And don't get me wrong, we were in a very, very windy tunnel bit, so it was probably a little bit of too much pressure on the Go 3S. But there were some moments through the video when I watched the clips back when I was like, there was no wind in that moment in my ears, which I could hear on the camera. And I know it's like that in a lot of cameras because it picks up the wind more than your ears does. But one thing I would say is, I just don't think it handles the wind that well, which again is expected for these type of cameras because some other cameras
the action cameras don't handle the wind that well as well. And putting it in wind reduction does make you sound like a fish a bit. So I would like in a software update for them to bring the new mode that's on the X4 over to the Go 3S. I think it's doable because that doesn't make you sound like you're underwater, and it really, really handled the wind reduction so well. The ease of use of using the whole device has been upgraded as well. So with the Go 3, what I found was a lot of the menu system stuff when you were scrolling through it, pressing on this was very, very laggy. Whereas this, it's instant. Like you're scrolling through, you're pressing on whatever you're pressing on, and it's taking you to that. And then with the app, one of the worst things I hate with all of these cameras is connecting to the apps to activate them and then connecting it to transfer things in, because it's just so bad. But with this, it was so slick. So one thing I would say with this though is you need to update the Insta360 app, because if you don't and you try to search for this to activate it, it doesn't find it. And it took me 5 minutes to realize that I probably need to activate it. Sorry, I need to update the app on the phone to activate it, which I did. And as soon as I did and tried to search for it, found it straight away. I connected, and then connecting to it now after that is literally instant. Transferring stuff over is so quick, and then editing on the app, again, it's all so quick. Whereas before, like I said, I would hate doing it because the app was so bad. I could literally sit here all day, maybe not all day, that's a bit much, but I could do this a few times. This magnetic pendant, oh, don't drop it. This magnetic pendant situation, the upgrade situation where you can do the whole horizontal thing and then go, and it's straight away shooting vertical. You know what? Nah. Absolutely spectacular. This is so easy now to shoot like a YouTube video and then be like, I want to shoot a TikTok video. Yeah, no, the magnetic pendant thing, bravo. You know what, it deserves another clap. And it's so strong. Oh, to the point where I can't pull it off. Oh, there you go. Now, I'm not that weak. I can pull it off. Anyway, I think that's enough of that. So, amongst everything you love, James, what don't you love, I hear you ask? Well, let's start with an issue that has come over for me from the Ace Pro, and I brought this up in my Ace Pro videos as well. Basically, let's say you're doing a vlogging shot where you're speaking to the camera and you say the last word and then you press the shutter button after you've said the last word. What I found is on some clips, it cuts off the middle of the last word. Let me show you an example.
I think this must be the shopping district place where everyone comes to. Well, not everyone. Actually, you know what? I think I got that wrong. There was only a few shops. I think I got excited as soon as I saw a few shops like that. This is not the shop.
So basically, what you have to do is after you said the last word, wait for 2 seconds and then press the shutter button, because it then doesn't cut off the last word. This is an issue, like I said, I had with the Ace Pro, and it still is here on the Go 3S. It's obviously like a software-y thing. Software-y thing. But yeah, and it doesn't happen on every clip. This is what's weird. It doesn't happen on every clip. There's some clips where because I didn't realize, I should have done the testing before. I know. But when I was in Rome, I didn't realize until I actually sat down for a little 1-2 and I watched some of the clips back and I was like, shit, oh, God, it's done the same thing. And that's when I realized from that point, I need to do the 2-second rule after, because on some of the clips it hadn't done it. So I don't know why it does it on some and not the other. But anyway, to be safe, what I said to myself is leave 2 seconds when you say the last word before you press the shutter button. Let's be honest, this is all go during the day, but unfortunately it's stop at night. Yeah, it's not good in low light. Okay, look, it's not the worst. It's definitely usable if you needed to use it, but it wouldn't be my go-to to use. It wouldn't be my go free wouldn't work. It wouldn't be my go free to use. It wouldn't be my go free to use as soon as the sun sets. I did some tests. I wasn't too shocked at how bad it was. It wasn't 2001 bad, but it wasn't 2024 go. Nah, this is getting too confusing. Right, basically, it just is not really designed for low light. So, yeah, they do have a new mode. They do have a new mode called jitter blur reduction, which actually does make a massive difference. Because before, with the Go 3, when you put it on the pendant, especially, and you're doing running shots or moving shots, as you do with the pendant on like this, well, you probably don't do that, but moving shots, obviously you would get motion blur, which just spoils the whole shot. But with jitter blur reduction on, it actually does do what it says on the tin, and it does jitter. It does the jitter reduction blur. Anyway, we're going a bit off topic. No, we're not. It's the same. It's not good in low light. I can't understand this next bit. So if you can, please let me know. But why, when you change the stabilization mode, is there a delay in the preview window screen? So let's say you're vlogging and you're speaking to the camera and you've got the stabilization on high, which it was for the whole video in Rome. You're speaking to the camera, but what you can see in the preview screen is like a delay. It's a delay. And it does say it delays when you increase stabilization. But why? Why? Because it's so off-putting, especially when you're vlogging, because it is just delaying. Why? I don't understand why it delays. If you can enlighten me on why there is a delay when you increase the stabilization, I will read it and I will understand it. But for now, I still can't understand why there is a delay, because it's so off-putting when you're filming. Another thing I cannot understand is why we have a reduced battery life in the new model versus a better battery life in the previous model. I get it, because we're obviously processing, well, we're not, but it's processing more stuff, 4K, higher bit rate, all of the stuff that's been added. But then surely the battery should have been matched to that. But in fact, what's happened is it hasn't, and we've now got less battery than we did in the previous model, which is slightly annoying. I spoke about how the microphones on the Go 3S weren't the best of the best. So you might be thinking to yourself, okay, let's connect an external mic. Well, I thought the same and I tried to do the same, but you can't. No, you can't. You can't even connect the DJI Mic 2 via Bluetooth, which I thought you would be able to do, because you can do that on the other cameras. Yeah, you can't do it. So you're stuck with the microphones on the Go 3S, which again is slightly annoying. When you're viewing the clips back on the Go 3S, you are viewing them back in low resolution format. Now, it does give you a message saying low resolution preview to view like the full version, connect to the app, the studio, whatever. But look, when I'm out and about and I've shot something and I want to quickly watch it back to see how it looks, I want to be able to see it. But on some of the clips, it's so glitchy. It's like you've added a glitch effect yourself. And I can't understand it, because like, let's take the Action 4, for example. If I shoot something and I go to view it back, mate, it's smooth, it's crystal clear. I can see what I've shot. But with this, and again, it's common because it's on other Insta360 cameras as well, is when I go to preview something, it's not as smooth and clear as I need it to be. It is glitchy, which again, say it with me, is slightly annoying. And that is that. By the way, if you've noticed as this video's gone on, I'm like sweating, or I look like I'm sweating. I am. It's so hot in here. I can't put the fan on because obviously you'll be able to hear it. And it is surprisingly hot today. I'm back in London. And summer looks like it's finally arrived. Whoa, we've only waited like 3 months. Wait, no, 2 months. Anyway, I think summer started early last year and the year before. That's why we were all a bit disheartened when it didn't. But anyway, enough of that. More of this. And that is pretty much that. Am I impressed? Am I happy with the upgrade? Yes, to the point, like I said at the beginning of the video, that I'm a little bit shocked it's not the Go 4. I do think the audio can be improved. It is better than the Go 3, but I do think it can be improved, because when you're vlogging, yeah, you need the audio the best of the best. If they added a feature where you could connect like a Bluetooth external mic, like the DJI Mic 2, that would be fantastic, because then obviously that would solve a lot of the onboard mic issues, but visually it does look better. So it's a big thumbs up from me. And the good thing is, if you have the Go 3, you don't actually need to buy this whole setup. You can just buy the standalone Go 3S camera, and it's compatible with the action pod of the Go 3, which is good. So you don't have to spend the whole amount getting the whole thing. Anyway, yeah, that's that. So the only thing left to do is go. But make sure you go when it's light, because if it's not, you have to stop.